Hi again. You are watching ScanAgile public sector track, and my name is Mirette Kangas. There is a change at the program. Our last keynoter has changed. Last night, I had a call from Scott that he cannot come today. And however, we managed to have another top-end presentation such in short time. And I really appreciate that our last keynoter accepted our invitation, and he had only a few hours to prepare for today. Our next keynote has been applying Cynefin Framework to conflict resolution. Conflicts and crises are always a possibility to innovate novel practices. Please welcome Senior Team Coach from Reveiller and Senior Lecturer at Turku University of Applied Sciences, Timo Linnossuo. Welcome.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for having me here. I'm very excited to share some of the experiences we've had with Cynefin and conflict resolution.
Welcome, welcome. Yes, we can see your presentation.
Okay, I will try to start it from the right place.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am Timo Linnossuo, and on a short notice, I was really glad to be able to share some experiences from Aseman Lapset NGO, working with young kids and youth, and Jonas Laine and I, we have been team coaching the bunker team of Aseman Lapset ry, and Heikki Turku and Julia Sarholm. They are working in Aseman Lapset and leading these really interesting projects. The Aseman Lapset has been founded some time ago because the kids in the Helsinki railway station were getting lost from the society, and to help them. And nowadays they have very many projects and a lot of things they do. What I'm sharing now is 3 different projects that are working together. And first one of them is preventing school bullying. And the second one is conflict resolution project. And the third one is called Pasila project, which is trying to help young people who have committed serious crimes. So their work is always happening in very complex situations, and quite often the work starts with major crises. We have been working now 3 years with Aseman Lapset with Jonas, and we have been team coaching them to be able to work as a team in 3 different projects with different customers, so that the aim has been that everyone, regardless of which team they are in, can do the work of the other teams also. So in 1 hour about, you can be assigned to an assignment that is not your own project, but from the other project. And this has created a lot of resilience and learning in the organization. Quite soon we realized that Cynefin Framework is an excellent tool to understand their work. It has helped them very much in making it explicit what is happening and what we are really doing. So So in the beginning now, I will try to somehow give you a little bit background on the cases and also on Cynefin. If you don't know the Cynefin framework, it's a way to make sense of the world. It has been used very much in Agile world also, and in leadership development, and it has many applications. My presentation is a little bit different from the previous ones because we are working on the bottom of the pyramid. We are working literally with the bottom of the society with a lot of problems and a lot of wicked problems for the society, and the ministries are doing great work, and professionals are doing great work, and we are on the very close to the problems. Sometimes it's very hard because the problems are really big. But okay, I start this Cynefin explanation. It's divided into three domains. The first domain is the order domain, and the clear part and the complicated on the right side are ordered world. This is the world we mostly live in. This is the world we mostly work in. There is causal relationships, and when we do A, B happens, and we know about, we have quite a lot of control on our actions and what they will result in. Then the second one is complex, which is not possible to have causal relations. There are no causal relations, so you have to have a different attitude and different way to survive in the complex world. And the third one is chaos. Chaos is crisis, and in chaos you cannot really live. It's a bad place to go unless you go there on purpose for a short time to create something new. So the clear part is we can explain it like we make a rule that in Finland we ride the car on the right side of the road, and everybody rides on the right side of the road, no questions asked. Everything that is really clear and obvious, we can make rules and decide this is the way we do it. On the complicated side, there's also order, but the things are more difficult. Basically, the complicated domain is the domain for the experts. For the usually you have long experience, work experience, and also education for it. For example, lawyers and doctors and engineers, etc. And then we have also in the middle, there's this AC part where we have we are like in a disorder in a way that it's not a real domain, but we are not aware what is the situation, what is the context. Are we facing a problem that is in the clear or in the complicated, or is it a complex problem? So we are then quite lost at what to do, and basically then people just do what they're used to doing. So for example, if you have a person who has been working in a bureaucracy and has always been implementing and controlling processes that are set, then it can be really difficult to change your attitude and your assumptions of work. The same applies with complicated world. When you have really good experience and you're really good at your work, but it's often so that these complex problems cannot be solved by one professional only. So in the complex world, you would need teamwork, and in the complex world, the context is everything. But okay, so, I will give you a small example of these wicked problems. In the school bullying project, the basic beginning point is that somebody has done something so that police are called. And the police go there, and there has been some bad things happening, and they ask the Aseman Lapset team to go there. And usually the basic okay, let's start another way, because it's very important when we show this thing that the fact is that in Finland our professionals and our schools and our social services and medical profession are really good. They're working really fine. Most of the pupils are doing really well with our school, which is winning prizes, and also our medical and social works. Everything is doing fine. About 70% of the students, according to one study, have no problems in school. And then we have also some extra special services in the complicated area. We have psychological help, we have help for reading disabilities, we have all kinds of experts who are helping the kids, and this is working really fine. About 24% of these pupils have no problems when they can have this access to these special services. But the problem is that according to this study, 6% of the middle school students said in the survey that they are bullied every week. And this means that there are 34,000 young kids that are bullied every week. So the problem is, at the same time, we have mostly really well working society and schools, but there are some people that we cannot help with this order side. So they end up in the chaos and crisis, and this is what Aseman Lapset is trying to tackle. Okay, so fast brief about this Cynefin. There's also the cause and effect is obvious in the clear part, and also there is cause and effect in complicated, but it requires somebody who can do the analysis and who has the expert knowledge to know what to do. On the complex side, there are no cause and effect that can be seen beforehand, only in retrospect. So, and then in chaos, the relationship between cause and effect is there is no actually at systems level. And that's why we have different kind of practices. We have, on the clear side, we have the bureaucratic process with best practice. We follow the orders, we get good results. And in the complicated, we have good practice. And there are several different good practices according to your profession and according to your experience. You have good practices that work nicely. In the complex, there is ex-active practice. So in the complex, ex-active means that you have some skills or some ways to do things that can be used in another context. So you take something from another context and use it in some other place in novel ways, and then you can find new working ways. And in chaos, there's only novel practice. So this is a big chance for organizations and communities to make things better if you have crises. fast. This means that the way to work in clear is that you sense what is happening, you categorize it, and respond according to the category. On the complicated part, you sense what is happening, you analyze the situation, and respond accordingly. But in the complex, we come to this, what the other speakers have been saying, that we need the experimentation, we need the probing to make sense of the world before we can start doing anything. So in complex, we have the uncertainty, and we need to do a lot of parallel experiments to see what things are working, what things are really bad, and then we try to stop the bad things and help the good things to grow. And this is in this picture, we have these green areas on the top between the complex and complicated, and also on the bottom between chaos and complex. And these are called liminal areas. And for the Agile community, it may be interesting fact that the Scrum process is on the green liminal on the top between complex and complicated. It is a place where you can make the thing work before you put it into the complicated part. So basically, in complex world, you are trying to make impossible into difficult so that it can be dealt in the complicated area, in the order part. Okay, now a little bit more about the liminal and change. So we are talking about this work with the Aseman Lapset, where you start from a crisis, and then you can solve the crisis only like I think Olli-Pekka Heinonen said, that you have this problem and you have a solution, but it's usually so that it doesn't solve the wicked problem, it only solves the acute problem. So we need ways to create change processes that will deal with the real problems, so that we can get lasting solutions, that the problems will not come over and over again. Like we know, this school bullying, it's a phenomena that will not end ever, but we can have better solutions so that we have less and less school bullying. Okay, so in the Cynefin, we have different kinds of projects to create new ways to do. The first one is like we could call it continuous improvement, where you dip into the complex part and use agile projects or whatever. I'm not very into agile or lean, but you have lean projects or agile projects to create better ways to cope. And the yellow circle is when you really need to find something totally new. You don't start from the services or the situation or the way we are doing it now, but we take out constraints so that we put people into chaos for a short time so that they can start from a clean table and maybe see the problem or see the situation in a totally new way, when they're not tied into the assumptions of the trade or the profession we are in, or previous experiences. And then on the third one, maybe this is like the lean startup projects, where you are trying to, you don't know what to do or to whom to do, but you want to start something really important, and you tackle a wicked problem and you try to make sense of it. And then there's the fourth one, which is the green arrow, which means that we are always trying to use the Cynefin and the liminal to create more order. So order is not bad, order is good, but it has the date for the last, how long it's good. So we try to make some of the good practices into new best practices. And when we do these new ways to do, we always have to think that how long do we think that this will be valid? How long is this going to be a good practice, and how long is this best practice going to be good? And then follow up on that so that we don't think that this is going to be good forever. There's a very interesting new concept in Cynefin, which is this aporia, which is in the liminal part of the disorder, where this word comes from aporetic thinking, so that it's basically like a Socratean method with questions, that you have some questions that you ask about your thinking, and then you end up with a question that has no answer. It can be a paradox, maybe like, how do we make the school system work so that people who want to be in the order domain can do their work really good, and also at the same time how to serve the people who are not in the order. And it's very difficult in organizations to simultaneously take care of these two things. And then the confusion is just a bad place, because the confusion means that you don't know where you are. You don't know what is going on. You only keep going like you've always been going. You use the same tools the same way, and you expect to have the same results, even though the good practices or the best practices can be bad practices because of changing environment. Okay, then how much time I have? We have different origins to crisis, and one of them is the complacency zone, when we have been so used to doing this for so long, and we really like doing what we do, and we are blind to the changing that we are not really doing so well. This is a very common place to destroy your company. It is a place where Nokia was 2007. Everything seemed fine. Then the other one is the confusion that the company really doesn't know, or the community doesn't know what is happening. And third, which is really important, is that there was also this how to go along. Olli-Pekka said that dialogue and coordination. Everybody is saying these words, and unfortunately, in social services, if you have children who are taken into who we try to serve, there can be 20 to 30 different experts trying to help this kid, but they're not helping because nobody has the sense of the context of the person. Only maybe the what they are doing or different things, but nobody really knows what is really going on. So we cannot help often people. And of course, there are other origins, but these are the main ones from within inside the community or the organization. And now for the example of how we have modeled this new way to use the crisis as a possibility. And so, for example, there's this one case where Heikki and Julia, they were asked into a school where there was a really bad case of bullying, where somebody had hit the other person really badly, and there was police, and they went to the school. And quite often our people are like this, that when they live in the order and then something happens, we want to deny it. We have all kinds of defenses. that it is only because of this bad person did a bad thing, but usually it's not so. So when Heikki goes to school, maybe the principal says that we don't have a bullying problem, we only have this bad schoolboy. Let the police take care of him. And this is not really a solution. There can be much more. So in the beginning, the first one is that there has to be an outside facilitator or process owner for the crisis to be settled, so that we have some constraints there, that there is no danger to anybody currently. And at this point, it's very easy to take this. Everybody wants a fast solution. Somebody else do it. This number 5, fast track to failure, is the thing that in this bullying case just send the bully to another school, or usually they don't send the bully to another school, but the victim to another school. But it doesn't solve the crisis in the school. The bullying will go on. So in this point, most difficult part is that in the second part, you have to, the outside person has to change identity. So in this case, usually you have to change the person. The person in the first one, the crisis management, steps aside, and another one comes from Aseman Lapset and starts facilitating, so that you have to solve your own problems. You are the ones who have to start doing experiments, and this is not really fun for anyone, because you're not used to it, and it's you want that somebody else will give you a good solution for this, and so this is the main big problem. And also the problem that was also in one of the previous keynotes, though, that you have to get the ecosystem. So this ecosystem, that it's not enough if the teachers solve the problem. No, you have to have the parents, and you have to have the police, and you have to have the social services, and you have to have everyone who's involved in this bullying process to work together and create some dialogue into the community, to everybody to realize that we have to work together to create this. And then if we can get this started, then the third part is that you use the Scrum or whatever you use in this liminal stage. When you find some experiments that are working, then you start to experiment this working thing, that is, does it really work today and tomorrow? Can we make it so that it's a solution for good, so that it will be a good solution tomorrow also, and in other contexts and in other places? And only after we have been studying it thoroughly and used enough time, we can get lasting solutions to the wicked problems. And then the fourth one is to create some best practices, which are like in this one school, they created this dialogical parents meeting, which was truly dialogical. It was not teacher speaking, but it was the families and the kids and who were made to have dialogue, and which was a really great, and it became a good best practice. Problem now is that the next school they went to, they had heard about this great success in this previous school, and they wanted the best practice. So they wanted from the place to only take, okay, we start dialogical parents meetings, but it doesn't work because the context is different, and they haven't done the work of creating the trust and working together to create this best practice. So very important that the people involved themselves get involved and put their skin in the game in trying to create the new solution. Otherwise, we end up in this fast track to failure, and bullying is not going away at all. Oh. How much time do I have? Okay.
Hi, you have
Yes.
now a few minutes, and then
Okay.
questions.
Then I have one more story. There was also one case where there was a conflict resolution asked from Aseman Lapset in a city in Finland, and there was a problem with shopping malls and business street that the kids who were using drugs and 14 to 16-year-old, they had found the 40-year-old drug users, and they were now mixing together. And this created a terrible problem for the whole area, for the shopkeepers and for people. It was not a safe place anymore, this shopping mall, because the young kids learned really bad habits from the old ones, and there was nobody who could take care of them because there are different social workers for the old people who are using drugs and for young people, and they're different. So the only solution was that they created this process with workshops with all the people involved. And it took quite a lot of time to get everybody's voice and to find out what really was happening there and what really we could do. None of them had been able to do anything because one professional alone can only do little, and it didn't change the context in which the people lived. So the most important thing is that all these people, they are human beings and they have lives. And if we don't realize this and realize that we have to change the context in which they are to solve the problem, we cannot only solve the problem. It was really, really interesting thing. And this has been very successful, and this year they have also been educating the Estonian Ministry of Interior about this process. So I'm not very good at this explaining it really well because I am a team coach. I'm not working in Aseman Lapset, but this is a really interesting new concept, and they are writing a book about this now. So little advertisement for Aseman Lapset. Okay, thank you very much. I have some links if this is shared for Cynefin.
Thank you. So
thank you very much.
Great to have this your keynotes, and a lot of meaningfulness doing this kind of coaching, I'm sure. Let's have a look if we have questions from the audience. I have already one ready for you. What has been the most surprising for you during this journey?
Well, I think that the most surprising thing is that I am more from the academia and from the whole and from up down and studying it more theoretically, and now seeing that how effective this theory is when it's really lived, not only talked about. It's like Hemingway said that we have motion, which is planning and strategizing, and then we have action. And quite often they don't mix. We have a lot of great motion. We create a lot of theories and things, but in the real life, they don't really start having action.
Okay, if I continue, what has been the most challenging for you so far?
It's really, really difficult. It's the defenses that we people have, as humans have, when something bad is, we really want to say that there is no order. There is only order, yeah. And I want to stay here. The change is really difficult, and also for the Aseman Lapset working team, the change of identity is really difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, it must be very rewarding. So
Yes,
can
yes.
you mention something, your feelings or moments during the...
Well, maybe the best feeling was when I was in Amsterdam in Dave's conference, and I told him really shortly on the break about this, what we are doing, and I thought he did like nothing. He just said, send me an email, and I thought, oh, okay, he didn't want to listen, and then I sent the email, and then he returns it and says that, can I meet you next Tuesday?
Oh.
And he came to Helsinki. He was also coming otherwise to Helsinki, but he visited the Aseman Lapset Bunker near the railway station, and the feeling when he got up from the chair and said, "Can I take a picture of your flipboard?"
Yeah.
I'm really excited because quite often it's not used in the daily life. It's more academic.
Yes. Yes.
Or maybe in the also very good in corporations, but he was really excited about this social concept of using it in human work.
This morning we had a chance to have a WhatsApp video call and getting know each other. And I mentioned to you that in Sweden, in Malmö area, they have also started to research how to use Snowden's Cynefin in same areas. It's very interesting what is coming in next years when we get some cases also all over Scandinavia. Timo, thank you so much. You had a really short time to prepare for this presentation, and I think you had a great keynote. Thank you so much, Timo.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now, are we moving ahead?
Thank you, Mirette. Also, please, it's time for you to close the track now.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so hi again, all. It has been wonderful to spend the whole evening with you all, and I would like to start and end with the words how I started this afternoon, saying that in these times what we are living now, the need for agile mindset is actually is very much needed right now. And public sector players and actors have got an important role in the development of an agile culture in society and in the well-being of society as a whole. And I think that we have had a great keynote, people sharing their experience and experiments from public sector. And I want to thank you, our keynote speakers, Olli-Pekka Heinonen, Jaana-Maja Kangas, Virpi Einola-Pekkinen, Timo Linnossuo, and Agile Finland and ScanAgile, all the people voluntary having this event. And you event participant, being here with us, wonderful questions from you, and networking within breaks we have had. Thank you all. Bye-bye.